Okay, so we're going to be doing a start to finish Ina how do InaLock guide thing. Now, take with a grain of salt the run that is about to happen, because this is my Ina. Fucking look at this, 34. Okay, I got 34 Ina there, and I got 1,000,000 coins. And would you look at this? Oh wait, wrong button. This button. I got all this. Alright? Now, the reason why I'm going to do a run with maxed out shop and maxed out Ina is because if you don't have this, I wouldn't suggest doing Ina runs. Because this guy right here, speed, is how you end Ina-vincible runs. So even if you do get an Ina-vincible run going, depending on your upgrades here, and, I don't know, maybe even the Ina rank here, the G rank, you may not be able to die. So, I'm going to be showing you the most consistent way to start a Ina-vincible run and still be able to finish it. I've never had this fail on me yet, but I also have, okay, it's also important to go over computer specs, because depending on the specs of your computer, this can be either a lot easier or a lot harder. So let's go over those first. So for me, oh, excuse me, I've got a Ryzen 9, what is it, 3900, not 3900, 5090? No, that's not how that works. What is in here? It's been almost 2 years since I built my PC, so have mercy. But it's like, I've got a 3060 base as my brain. Please work. I know we're tired, but please, come on, for the video, do it. I've got a 3060 base, not a 3060 Ti, but my graphics card is a 3060, NVIDIA 3060 base, Founders Edition. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. If your graphics card is not that good, or is maybe better, your results may vary. If you have a graphics card that's exactly the same as mine, your results may vary. That's just how weird this game is. If your CPU is different somehow, or not different somehow, but what is mine? Brain is not letting me get this out of my head. Hang on. Ryzen 9. Okay, that's definitely, that's what I've got. Okay, I've got an AMD Ryzen 9 3900X. That's what I've got right now, okay? Okay, we're cool. 3900X, it's 12 core. So, yeah, 12 core, 24 thread. Man, my brain would not let me think of that. But I've got a pretty good CPU with a pretty good GPU to go alongside it. So, take with a grain of salt what I'm about to tell you, because if you have a computer similar to mine or better than mine, you should be able to use this strategy and guarantee it to work every single time. Now, again, I'm going to look like an actual idiot if this fails, but it hasn't failed me since I maxed out the shop. It did fail me one time when I had the shop not maxed out, and that was because I just died at the 34-minute mark for what seemed like no reason, honestly. Like, I just felt like I died randomly there. But I've been doing this strategy for the past couple of weeks. That's how I got to 1,000,000 coins here, is just doing this over and over and over again in my free time. But yeah, we're going to start off here. This is the stats I'm going in with, just in case anyone wants to take a look at them. This is what I'm going in with, and this is how it's going to go. Endless mode, Ikuzo! Alright, let's do this. Hi, Shrimpy. Alright, I'm just going to be going with the flow here and seeing what happens. Now, if I get really unlucky, then this is going to be really fast. Wow, okay. Haste on my first one. Never had that happen before. That's interesting. I would usually take that, but I'm going to instead reroll. And reroll. And reroll. And nothing. So now we're going to take plushie there. And actually, just to make sure I'm not an idiot here, we're going to go back in and do it again. So what you want to look for first, before you waste too much time on this, is you want axe first, actually. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you want glasses first. No, I wouldn't say glasses are actually as useful as people are making it out to be. Okay, well, we're just going to go with that and do it again. Because I think the most important thing is early game getting your collab items as fast as possible. So, BL book or the axe. And axe is the most consistent because after 5, it doesn't disappear. Okay, well, there's glasses, which make me look like an idiot because we're going to take those right now. We're going to take glasses. So, again, it's hard to describe what I know because I usually just go with the flow on these, and it works out. But the best way to put it strategy-wise is you want book, glasses, or axe to start with, and you want to max out whichever one you get. So maxing out book, maxing out glasses, or maxing out your axe. And usually I like to start with axe, but getting glasses is also good because it means that later on we'll have an easier time getting levels. So it should actually be, this will actually be fairly nice if we can just get this working, because it'll just make leveling up a lot easier. We're just going to grab that. Super Shadow time, I'm just going to grab that right now. Why? Because I don't want to have to fish for that later. If this is about getting a lot of coins, so of course you're going to want to get Super Shadow time pretty fast regardless. But yeah, so the main strategy is basically going to be just maxing out one weapon or glasses first, and then later on getting the rest of your kit filled out. Glasses. Yeah, we're going to go glasses again. And once glasses are filled out, we're just going to look for a weapon. That's basically the gist of it, is just look for a weapon or glasses and max out one of the two, and then just hope for the right weapon. Again, you can make this work every single time if you get, okay, if you want to, technically, yeah, if you're good at the game, you can get it every single time. Well, shoot. There went all of those. The void isn't bad, so we'll grab it. That's the best thing in there, really, because maxing out Super Shadow time is not ideal right now. Okay, we should clear these guys out. Go with, Osakoko, I guess, because it really just does not want to give me anything else. Yes, I got Psycho Axe! Okay, I got really lucky here, but usually you would want to get Psycho Axe anyway. Ah, man, okay. This isn't going to be a good, this isn't even going to be a good guide because of how fucking lucky I'm getting. This isn't even going to be a good guide anymore because I'm getting too lucky. That's kind of what sucks here, is that, yeah, it's good to be lucky in these situations and just get what you want. You can do it without being lucky. I've gotten really unlucky and still made it work. But for the process of a guide, I would want it to be either the worst luck or just okay average, like maybe 2 anvils per the entire run and getting no 3-peats. But, here we are. I'm going to go Cult, since Cult is going to help in just dealing with a bunch of skelly dudes, which are going to pull up right now. Alright, but yeah, you're just going to want to kill absolutely everything that you can. And moving around actually helps to get more enemies on screen faster. Alright, we got our collab items now, ready to go. Or, we've got our collab parts ready to go now, so now we just need to level them up so that we can do the thing. Alright, do I want to grab headphones? I think we're just going to go Psycho Axe, like I said. Once it gets to level 5, it's just going to be clearing everything for us, And then we can work on other stuff once we get this Psycho X to level 5. But for now, we are just going to be cleaning up, getting as many anvils as we can, and getting as many, kills as possible with what we've got. Getting glasses that early is really good, but it's also kind of a, well, okay then, I guess, sort of thing, It's just kind of a, well, okay then. And this is with all items unlocked, but not all collab items mapped, So, like, I've gotten all unlockable items. Let's fill up that last slot, so that way we stop getting new weapons. I've got all those, all of my weapons are unlocked. That's just how that works. All of my weapons are unlocked and findable here, so this should be about the same odds as you would see in a normal run with all unlocked items. But, yeah, this is just, I just got really lucky, and now I feel like this guide is going to be just a, oh, he got lucky sort of thing. Which really sucks, because I didn't want it to end up like that. And if I have to do this multiple times, I'll probably just end up getting to, we're going to go book here. Super Shadow time, okay, I'll take it. More coins then. We're just going to keep doing our thing. Just going to keep on going. Alright, there's Axe. Increased damage. It's still going to stop until we get the next level, at which point it will no longer stop when it hits too many enemies. Books don't get like that until you collab both the items together. Books will always disappear until it becomes a collab item. Full meal, I'm going to grab that because healing is important in these. Her skills are also just broken. Like, her skills are amazing. Also, you don't have to worry about picking up too many coins because, I mean, you're going to get so many coins from Yagos that picking up coins now is not too important. We're going to go Void here, because the Void is a really good way to just survive for a long time. Alright, so we should get quite the few levels here. So, there we go. Okay, Axe, and we got an Anvil. There's 2 Anvils, and we got Axe up. 5 minutes in, it's going to be wiping out most of these guys pretty easily. I really need horns, because horns are going to be really important here soon. Alright, so we're going to go Super Shadow time. Just try to max out our equipment. If I see any burgers, I'm going to pick them up, because without horns, the only healing we're going to have is through takodachis. Okay, max, Axe. Axe is maxed. Takodachis that fly in from out of nowhere, and that's pretty much it. Them and hamburgers are our only healing for now. So we need to make sure to do our best to just max out. It's like I need items. So when I need items, I'm going to max out equipment that I have. And when I need, like, it's just a big list of prioritizing items based on the situation. That's what InaLocking is all about. It's just understanding how to prioritize certain things. And I know them because I've done this so many times. But I don't think it's fair to think everyone who watches this for the first time is going to know what I'm prioritizing. Or why I'm making the decisions I'm making. That just isn't fair, But it's like, I don't know what else to do, really. It's like, this is just how I do it. It's hard for me to explain it, but this is just how it is. And this is even going against the guide I put up. So, like, in the comments there, I put why I was doing things the way I was, but that isn't even true, really. Like, what I put there, it was true in the moment that was what I was doing, and that it still is the preferred method, I guess, quote unquote. But with Ina, it's really not that hard for me. Like, people will talk about how difficult it is to get an Ina run working, or the fact that they've tried it so many times and could never get it to work once. I've never had a problem getting it to go. I've had problems dying before, but I've never had a problem with starting an Ina run, So it's so weird to me, and it might just be because my computer's good. It might be because I won the lottery on... It might be. It might honestly be because I've just gotten really, really lucky over and over and over again. It could totally be that. I mean, if you look at this run, I've already gotten pretty lucky because I got a triple chest immediately followed by an anvil to put me in a pretty good position now. But the past 7 runs or so, I've always had a collab item before the 10-minute mark, or very, very closely thereafter. And I've always been able to get a second collab item going before we were done with the deadbeats and the shrimps in the, what is that called? I can't remember. Oh, it's not coming to me right now. Oh, Q. In the Q section, it's like, I've just never had a problem getting these runs to work. And so I'm trying to explain how it works as best I can to the best of my abilities, but it's like, it might just be that I get way too lucky way too often to really, for my videos or this guide to be of any help to anyone. And so it is kind of weird. Okay, we can get, look, I can get a collab item right now. Collab item coming up right now. Yeah, like, this is going to be a collab item immediately. Also, if you stand here, they can't get to you. If you just stand still, they literally will not get to you. Let me get that real quick. Yeah, look at that. So now, they cannot get to me. Fan beam. And we've got a collab item before the 10-minute mark. It's like, this has happened, it's like a 75% chance of this happening whenever I do one of these runs, getting a collab item. But it's so difficult for me to explain the process by which I'm doing this, because I just pick what seems right in the moment. Oh, there's an anvil over here. Cool. Let's start leveling up. I'm going to grab glow stick. Let's start leveling up. Also, cool. And it's like, it's just, like, look, I've gotten 4 anvils already. It's like, that's pretty lucky. I don't know if that's average. I don't think it's average. It's like, I've gotten 4 anvils thus far before the 10-minute mark. That seems pretty lucky to me. It's not the luckiest I've ever gotten here, but it still seems pretty lucky. And so long as I have my second collab item by the 15-minute mark, I think it is, 14:25, 14:15 minute mark, 14:15, 14 minutes, 15 seconds. So long as I get that going, I think I'm good. Oh, look, another anvil. It's like, there's no way this is an average amount of anvils. You know? This just seems way too many. Hi, Fubuzilla. And yeah, I saved my special for big bosses like this, since Ina can somewhat struggle against bosses. And then to avoid these guys, you just stand right here. And there you go. Fubuzilla's gone. Get that up. Pick this. Colt. Drop that, because we don't need it. And that's another great thing about this compared to, like, Vampire Survivors, is that you don't have to keep any weapon that you don't want. You choose what layout you want for any of your runs. You choose them. You are not forced to pick any of them. But in Vampire Survivors, you kind of are. If you get unlucky, you can be forced into picking one thing or another. Alright, let me grab that. Alright, there we go. We got a maxed out fan beam, and now we just need to work on Osako Coal. And we're at the rats. So we might get an anvil out of the rats just because of how many enemies there are. It's actually not too unlikely for you to get an anvil out of the rats just because there's a lot of them that show up. Headphones, there we go. We're going to grab headphones in that. And now the only thing left is horns, which horns are fairly rare, I think, but so long as we get them before the 19-minute mark, it should be okay. And if everything else is leveled up and we're only getting new items, we are fairly likely to get them. So yeah, look, there's the anvil. Like I said, it's like you're fairly likely to get an anvil out of these guys because of how many of them show up. I don't know. It's just like, again, I know these little things, but they don't pop into my brain until I'm making a video talking about them. But, whatever, I guess. What do you want from me? I'm just gonna do this run and try... Like, here's the thing. I'm doing this because I want to help others to actually accomplish this as well. We're gonna go also cool there. Like, that's pretty much what I'm doing here, is I want to help others to do what I'm doing. People are like, oh, I want this to work so badly. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do to help you to get it to work. But it's still not working for them. You know, it's still not working for them. And I don't know why. I'm not a technical genius. I'm just trial and error, basically. That is what I specialize in, is trial and error. Namely, error. A lot of error. But I still do my best to help out anybody who needs help. You know? So, I think it really upsets me when it doesn't work for people, because I'm like, no, I tried this on so many things. Why are we doing the same thing and it's something else is happening? It's like, that's the definition of insanity, but it's happening here. And it's probably because of something that I would never understand unless I spent 5 years at college studying it, which I haven't even gone to college. I've just been working my ass off for the past couple of years out of high school. But I still get to enjoy life, and I can afford these things at least. You know? I can still afford a good computer, my own apartment. I don't have to have a roommate or anything. Alright, so in this situation, I can at least explain what I'm doing. The reason I'm going for HP is because HP is super important to the end game. When you see HP in any of these, you take it. If you see haste, you take it if HP is not available. But if you do not see HP or haste, you take the weapon upgrade. So in this case, I'm going to take HP. Because we also... Wow, another triple. Okay, yeah, this run is not indicative of a normal run. This is super lucky, actually. This is super lucky. Like, I haven't had a run... Yep, HP again. There we go. I guess another strategy you could do is literally just waiting to get your collab items until the very last second in order to get the most out of your... what do you call it? In order to get the most stats out of each level up. But... you don't really need to with Ina, is the funny thing. You don't really need to. I'm going headphones because we need more survivability here, because we have yet to find nurse's horns. Like, nurse's horns are our main okay, this part. This is where I usually get my second collab item, is with these guys. And by the way, the collab items are going for, if I haven't made it abundantly clear, is Biel Fujoshi and, Dragonfire. That's what I'm going for here. Alright, in this case, I'm going attack. Because I don't want that item. Alright, now we're just leveling. That's basically all we're doing. HP, again, we're going to take HP in this case. Because we don't have horns yet, so we need survivability. Okay. Heal. Oh, hey, Borger. I have yet to see... Alright, we're going to go glow stick here. I have yet to see a level up with Asokoko in a minute. Like, I haven't seen an anvil in a second, but I also haven't seen... Oh, there, Asokoko. Yeah, it's like, you do want HP, but I really want to get my other weapon upgrade as well, you know? Okay, tentacle. I just need one more Asokoko. Tentacle. Why did I go tentacle there? Because I want to max out weapons so that I can get these upgrades. Because that's what's important right now, is the upgrades. Because I really need horns So I need the upgrade to go through. Also, this is one of the weird levels, or one of the weird minute marks, where it doesn't start a new minute on a minute. It starts it at 45 seconds instead, which is a little odd, but you know what? The devs do what they do. Pull a fast one on us, but you know, it's just how it do. Let me see here. There we go, we got it. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much on track normally. Yeah, and there we go. So now we have Dragonfire, and I'm gonna get Cooking and what do you call it? Cooking and Nurse's Horns. That's what we're going for when it comes to leftover equipment. Also, I see this burger over here. But yeah, so it's just like I don't know if it's just stats, the fact that not many people have maxed out maybe it's because people haven't maxed out the shop yet. Oh, spider cooking. There we go. So we've got all our weapons that we're going to have for the entire run already, which is good. I say already, but it's really only like a minute faster, which is still a lot, but it's not that insanely much, especially considering the fact that we don't have horns yet, which is really scary going into this next part. Okay, where's the boss? The boss should have popped up somewhere. Unless he didn't yet. And I'm just joking. Where? I don't get it, but okay. Headphones. Headphones are up. Weirdness. It's just a little bit of weirdness, but it's okay. Yeah, it's like we're missing horns really badly right now, but the food drops are kind of making up for it, as well as the takodachis. There he is. Why do you... okay, do you show up at 1730, not 17 flat? That's a little weird to me. I don't know why, but it's just a little weird to me. Headphones are maxed out now. Okay, cool. Can we get horns, please? Like, please? Can we get horns? Okay, an anvil. I'll take it. Okay, all of those are maxed out. Alright, we're gonna take that guy and awaken him, so now we won't see that anymore. It's all about clearing out... yeah, look, I've gotten way too many anvils for this to be a normal run. Alright, I'm gonna go with glow stick. I think is just better overall for ground clearing. But it's like, why haven't... we've seen Nightly Milk a few times, I think, at this point. And it's like, why... where are Nurse's Horns? We really need that. Like, that's pretty important. Alright, in this point we're going to go spider cooking. Yeah, credit card, bad. Because you need Nurse's Horns. Like, you cannot survive without Nurse's Horns. And I don't have them yet, which is kind of terrifying. Because I've gotten glasses at the 27-minute mark and still made a infinite run work. But getting Nurse's Horns this late is kind of terrifying still. Because this is where you need them. Because you want to walk through these guys, spraying Dragonfire as much as possible to get as many kills here as you can. Because you can get anvils like that. Okay, we're gonna go. Come here, guys, heal me, please. You can get anvils like that because of just how many guys pop up. Crit. Give me the burger. I saw the burger, otherwise I would have taken the burger there. Okay, get some heals from the takodachis. This is where you need horns here. We're just not seeing it. Alright. Glow stick maxed out. Okay, back away. Go into the takodachis. Pickup range, give me. High small lame. She dies after 1 stomp if you've got this set up. Literally, she cannot stomp anymore because she gets stun locked, essentially, in place. Ugh. Crit, give me those stats. Haste, give me that easy. This is going to be coins. Nope, it's got board. Okay, cool. We got board. Horns! We got it. Okay, we got it. We got horns. We got horns. We got horns. We got them. We got them. We got the horns. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Horns, give me that. Okay. We got horns. We got the horns. Okay, max that out. Good. We got horns and we maxed them out, which means we are unkillable now. Okay, not unkillable for Yoggles. Yoggles can still mess us up pretty badly, especially at these stats. Like, okay, to survive the first minute and a half, basically, or 2-3 minutes of Yoggles, you need about 300 to 500. So, actually, I'd say like 4.5 to 600 HP and about 75 to 100% haste. At least. So, we really need to be working on our stats right now, as well as leveling these things. Like, we need to level up our equipment, but we also need to be looking for stats. So, at this point, it's prioritizing stats. But if you have to level up an equipment item, just know which ones you want to level up. So, for me, I want to level up the highest level 1. So, for this, at this point, I want to be leveling the highest level ones so we can max them out and never have to worry about them again. And then I also want to be putting all of my points that I can into stats. I want as many stats as possible. I could really, really, really use a... Okay, cutting board again. I could really, really, really use a... what do you call it? Shoot. One of the rainbow experience things that drags all the experience to you. I could really use one of those right now because I want to pick up all of this stuff so I can just sit and excuse me, sit in place and just grab as much experience as possible from these guys. Alright, so now we'll have 3 stat selection options. 3 stat options each time. 2 of them are going to be either coins or the burger, I think. I think that's how that works, because the bottom 2 will always be burger or coins. Yeah, these 2 are always burger or coins, but we're going to grab crit now. And we're going to just ignore spider cooking for pretty much the rest of the run. We're just going to grab stats, and if we see an anvil, spider cooking gets the anvil. But otherwise, we're just going to go with stats. This game is so much fun, though. I love this game so much. All right, yeah, that's good. HP, super important. HP is the most important, because if you have 125% haste and 400 HP, you're gonna die at the 34-minute mark. You're gonna die at the 34-minute mark. You cannot survive any longer. Attack up. Attack is also important. Now, in my last video I made on how to die in these sort of situations, I gave my why you want to get the certain amount of stats that you do. So in this case, you want to max, or you want your attack stat to be at 100 or 200%. My bad. Ugh, I cannot speak. You want your attack stat to be at 200%. That is what you want. 202 technically, since that's what it stops on if you've got what I've got. You know, like shop items and stuff. If you got all that, then you're gonna have... Okay, there's an anvil, so we can get spider cooking up again. Anvil, spider cooking. Okay. If you have what I have in the shop and in here currently, then you want your... Well, I guess we're taking speed then, because I'm not taking cooking. This is a weird one. Because if we get a lot of anvils, then getting spider cooking would be a waste. But speed also isn't that important. So it's like, I'm going to take it, but that's a harder decision. And if you wanted to have more consistency, then you should probably just go with cooking there. But at this point, I'm not too sure, because I've gotten pretty lucky this run with anvils, so I'm not just going to assume that I'm going to stop getting anvils anytime soon. Haste. We're taking haste. 50% haste is what we want to look for. So we need 4 more haste upgrades at least before we get to Yoggles. We should be able to do that, especially if we find more anvils. But if not, we're just going to grab spider cooking unless we see anything else. Pickup range is actually a big... So, pickup range is huge, honestly. Pickup range is huge because it affects burgers. So, in the last moments versus the Yoggles, you want good pickup range so that you can grab burgers that they drop. Because burgers heal you if your healing can't keep up with the Yoggles. So, I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to want pickup range a lot. Like, you're going to want a lot of pickup range in the final moments versus Yoggle. Or final moments in the first moments versus Yoggle. Because Yoggle is an infinite fight that you will never end, truly. You can kill as many Yoggles as you want. It's always going to end up the same way, pretty much. Alright. So here, I saw a coin over here that I'm going to grab. But yeah. We should get to about 100 levels before Yoggle shows up. So let me grab... In this case, I'm going to grab spider cooking. And I'm going to grab spider cooking in our level ups from here on out. Because, yeah, it feels like a waste of levels, considering how many anvils we're going to get anyway. But I just want to be able to get more stats faster, you know? I want more stats faster. So if I see this, I'm picking cooking, you know? In that first moment, I should have picked cooking, I think. Because at this point, we would only have needed to level cooking one more time, or find one more anvil, and we would have had 2 stat options instead. Pickup range. Pickup range is more important. It's like, if you see good stats like that, get the good stats, because if you get an anvil, then cool, you got an anvil. So haste, we're going to grab haste. Again, if I see good stat options, I'm going to pick the good stat options. But if I don't see good stat options, then I'm just going to pick the cooking so that I can get that leveled up. HP, we're going to grab it. So if I see speed and cooking, I'm going to grab cooking instead, just to max out stats faster. So pickup range, because pickup range is way more important in this case. Yeah, like pickup range is super important, HP is super important, and haste is super important. Those are the ones you want to look for, cooking in this case, I think. Crit actually, I think would overrule there, because crit helps to kill faster so that you can heal faster. Ooh, we got one. Cool. So we got that. HP. Cool. So now we only need 1 anvil, and we've got maxed out cooking. 1 anvil, and we've maxed out cooking, or we can max out cooking at the next level up if we see speed next to it. Because speed is the last thing you want to level up. Alright, HP. HP and haste are the first 2 things you want to level up. Because haste affects your summoning circle that gives you healing dudes. Pickup range. Absolutely pickup range in that case. Because we're going to have enough dudes over here to where I would be shocked if we don't see an anvil soon. Haste. Absolutely, we are going haste there. Oh yeah, you don't need any hyper upgraded stuff. Alright, we should see an anvil soon, I think. Yep, there it is. Got it. Alright, so now we're going to go pickup range and HP, and haste. Pickup range, HP, and haste. Those are what we are gunning for. HP more than anything else, but pickup range is also super important. Got another anvil. Yeah, there we go. Pickup range. HP. Crit, I think, is going to be the more important one there. And again, you only need to look at the 2 top options after you get all of your stuff maxed up, because the bottom 2 will always be coins or hamburger. So, in this case, we're going to go haste. Pickup range is important. Again, I will say it, pickup range is important, but in this case, we are going to need haste and HP more than the other 2. Pickup range. We're going to go pickup range there instead of attack. Pickup range instead of speed. HP instead of pickup. Now, it's going to get a little laggy from here on out, I think. Crit instead of speed. Attack instead of crit. HP. HP instead. HP instead. Haste instead of that. HP. We're getting a lot of HP, which I like a lot. HP is good. HP is good. Let's keep it going. Keep with the HP and we'll be solid. HP, yeah, there we go. We're getting a lot of HP really quickly. That's really, really good. Attack here. Ooh, we're gonna get a level out of this. Haste, attack. Got a couple levels out of that, actually. HP. HP. And Yagos. Alright, stand still. Alright, HP. Right on top of us, good. So this is going to be kind of an RNG situation where you have to hope that those summoning circles are right on top of you. Because if you don't have enough pickup range, you're not going to get any experience, which you're going to need to level up in order to get better stats and survive longer here. And also, those takodachis aren't going to get to you as fast if the summoning circle is God knows where off screen, like that! Like, that was not a great summoning circle, and that's going to make it tougher to, you know, survive these next couple minutes, but one right on top of us should get us back in a good spot. HP, give me that, please. And this is why haste is so important, because it lowers the amount of time between each circle. So in this case, we're going to go haste, because haste of 60 is more important than HP of 600. Because if you can get to haste of 100, you can survive with the HP that we have right now. But in this case, we're going to keep going with HP. Because we're going to have to make up for the fact that we have a slower haste stat. So we're going to have to make up for that with HP. Which sucks. Because I would much rather... Yeah, we're going to go attack here. I would much rather have... I would much rather have like 75 haste and 400 HP in this situation than almost like 600 HP and 60 haste. Like, haste is that important. But having the health also helps a lot. So I can't complain too much. And a lot of people might be thinking, if you're watching this, I don't know if a lot of people watch this, probably not, but some people might be wondering, well, if this works so consistently, why are you worried of it failing? Because I know my own luck on camera. Like, I know my luck is absolutely horrible, especially when it comes to trying to show people how to do something. It's gonna fail. Something's gonna go wrong. That's just how it works. It's like, it's literally like that meme, me when I'm doing something alone versus me when anybody else is watching. That is me. Everything explodes into a ball of flame when I try to show someone something, anything cool, you know? It's like, I want to show you how this works for me, but I'm like, who knows? Me recording this might change my, game speed just enough to make it to where it doesn't work properly. Meh. Alright, in this case, I'm going to go with pickup range because the last 3 hits on crit really don't matter that much. Alright, HP every time here, I think. Yeah, HP. Over speed, absolutely HP. But, it's like, I hope this works. So for the sake of the video, it will show, hey, I'm not just lying here. This is actually how I do it. But I'm also like, from what people have been telling me in the subreddit, it's like, wait, this stuff just fails randomly for people? Why? And then I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not a programmer, So, what do I know? Okay, we're getting a lot better haste here, which is good. It's like, once we get to 100 haste and we get to 100 haste and 800 HP is enough to survive for as long as you want to, really. Realistically, that's what you need to shoot for. Pick up range again, just to make sure that we're getting everything we can. Because these summoning circles, if they don't spawn right on top of you and you don't have good pickup range, then you're basically just screwed because you can't level up. Because it's not just, oh, I have all of my skills maxed and the 2 collab items. No, you need a lot of stats in order for this to work properly. You need a lot of stats. But I feel like people overestimate just how many stats you need. Excuse me. Voice is getting a little bit hoarse from talking for so long. I'm going to have to take a drink of my tea I've got here. Hydration check, everyone. Make sure you're hydrated. I know this was basically a 30-minute long slog of just trying to get everything working for me, but hopefully you were hydrating throughout this 30 minutes of us just staring at a screen hoping for the best, essentially. That's essentially what we were doing, is just staring at a screen and hoping for the best. Now, with the stats that I've got here, we should be okay until, I'd say, the 35-minute mark, where things could get hairy again. But we should be okay. But I'm just going to keep pumping everything into HP. Okay, this is going to be the last attack boost I'm going to need. So if I get anything else where it's attack and anything else, I'm going to grab the anything else or coins. So in that situation, I would grab speed next time. And if... I saw that! Hang on, I saw that! Okay, we got... Good lord, that scared me to death. I was like, please no. Please not now. But yeah, you see, this should work, but it gets really, really close sometimes. Okay, let's get more pickup range. Oh man, I literally just stopped and stared at it for a second. I was like, oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good. Of all things that could have been, that is not the one. That is not the one I would want. But yeah. So it's probably going to get close a few times. And if it does, if you can, when you're leveling up, go for the burger there, because it'll heal you by 40% and keep you alive. If you're in the middle of leveling up and you see your HP is below half or even at a quarter, you should consider grabbing the burger just to survive until you can get lucky again with your summoning circle being right on top of your face. Alright. So at 95% speed or 95% haste, we shouldn't die unless we get really, really, really unlucky. Like, we would need to get really, really unlucky for us to die here still. Do I doubt that we could get that lucky? Oh, absolutely not. Well, we could absolutely get that unlucky. Because, again, my luck on camera is extremely, extremely bad. Like, look at that. We're taking good amounts of damage there. Alright, we're going to go pick up range here. And you know why our health goes down like that? It's because of the circle placement. If it's not right on top of you, where you can grab all of the stuff that drops, then you're going to have to just kind of deal with a million Yagos on your face. I wonder how many Yagos are actually on screen right now. I'm sure if you looked in the game files, you would be able to tell, but that's the thing is I actually wanted to earn everything I got in this game. Strangely enough. It's like I actually felt like there was something to earn and something at stake, but I just wanted to, you know, do it properly. If you wanted to, you could easily go into the game. As far as I know, I haven't done it, but I think you could actually go into the game with some sort of altering software or something. I don't know. People do it online all the time, apparently. How have I been recording for an hour and we just got to the 30-some-odd minute mark? Like, where did time go to? Also, we're at 105%. Like, I wasn't expecting this to just be a full hour for 30 minutes. I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, does my computer lag that badly here? Am I lagging that badly to where it's literally for every second there's 2 seconds of, or for every second of in-game time it's 2 seconds outside or real time? It's like, is that actually what it is? Or how long did I talk at the beginning? How long did it take us to get into this? This is gonna be annoying to clip down into a video, I feel. Because there ain't no way that this is just going to be something I throw up on YouTube. Ain't no shot. Alright, there we go. But we're on track right now. I just realized something. Hang on, let me fix this real quick. Forgot to turn that off. Oop. That's alright. Pickup range. But yeah, you can see that even without the perfect setup, you can do it. I mean, here's the thing. This was a very lucky run, actually. So I don't feel like this is a very good indication of what a normal run looks like. But I also don't think there is such a thing as a normal run in this game. It feels like every single run can be different, and there's no one solid strategy to do anything. But yeah, this is about what I do. This is what I've done every single time I want to... How to describe this? Every time I want to do one of these infinite runs, or invincible runs, as some people call them, as I call them a lot of the time, it's like, every time I want to do one of these, this is kind of my strategy for it. Rush in and just pick what feels right. And eventually you'll get there. That's pretty much how it works. Eventually it'll just work out. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, that's what's been working for me. Alright, we're going to keep getting pickup range. So, funnily enough, one of the better spots to stop grabbing pickup range is actually 690%. I know, 690%. I don't know if they meant to do that, but it's like, it literally is one of the best percentages to stop with pickup range to grab what's on screen and not have to keep lagging your computer out by picking something off screen up. So it's kind of an interesting thing to note, you know? But yeah, Ina is absolutely broken. Absolutely amazing in this version of the game. We got a hope in hell, and it's a long way down. Ah, get my nose. I have ADHD, by the way, so if it seems like I jump from topic to topic to topic to topic to topic, it's because of that, probably. I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm also fidgeting a lot and, like, tapping on the... Oh, you can hear that. Okay. Yeah, so I tap a lot, and I don't know if you've been hearing it throughout the video, where I just tap on the desk, but just... Ow! My arm. That's just kind of what I do. Oh, I'm also tired for some reason. HP, yeah. So the HP percent that you want to stop at normally is like 915. Not really a percent, it's just an HP, amount. You want to stop at like 915, 900 something. You don't ever want to go to 1,000, but stopping at 900 is easy enough to do. It just makes it a lot faster to actually die. And here's the thing. I feel like when you get into the spot where you're only clicking down 3 times and grabbing coins, I feel like that's when you actually start earning a lot more coins in the infinite runs than if you were to, do a bunch of 20-minute runs. Which in reality, now that I think about it, the 20-minute runs aren't really 20-minute runs because the timer stops every time you look at a menu. So over time, you're actually going to be spending less time gaining coins in a menu than in the infinite runs, where if you go into a menu, you literally just click down 3 times and you're done. You know what choice you're going to make every single time. Whereas in those runs, it's more difficult, so you're going to have to pick and choose your options carefully, which means you might actually lose out on time in-game more so than I thought. The invincible, infinite, whatever you want to call them, runs might actually be the best way forward because, well, you might just, time-wise, waste more time doing the 20-minute runs, especially if you're trying to get to like a 30-minute time frame without killing small lame. You might waste more time in a menu than actually advancing and getting coins. Because, look, this is 35 minutes into the run, and I've been recording for 58 minutes and 34 seconds right now. So, it's like, that, it just feels weird, doesn't it? Like, hey, that doesn't seem right. Because people in the subreddit are like, hey, this is the fastest way to get coins, is by doing these runs in stage mode in a specific way to always get like 10,000 coins every 20 minutes or 30 some odd minutes. Not 30 some odd, but 32 minutes, I think. 32 minutes? Not 32 minutes. 28 minutes. I think there have been people to make it to the 28-minute mark in the stage mode, just not touching small lame even in the slightest. Just absolutely ignoring small lame. But, yeah. It's like, I don't know if that's really true, now that I think about it. Because if we're just going off the in-game timer, maybe. Maybe that's true. But it's going to be close. Because technically, if you go to the full 2-hour mark, you can get 120k coins using this strategy. But, okay, we're going to start getting coins now. But if you go with the stage mode one, you're getting at most 10k coins in 24, 25 minutes. You can look, we're at the 36-minute mark, and we're at 12k going up. So it's just kind of like, I don't know if it really is the fastest way. It may be, it may not be. It might depend on the computer, because for some reason, this game, it depends on the computer. It depends on the computer what your strategy going forward should be. For me, this works. For someone else, it might not work at all. You never know. Now, I guess the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter that much. Just as long as you put enough time into grinding one way or another, you will eventually reach like 1,000,000 coins, like I have, or whatever amount of coins you want to. But for this run specifically, we just passed an hour mark, by the way. An hour and 1 minute now. It's like we just passed an hour and 1 minute in, and we're at the 36-minute mark. So this takes some time, that's for sure. This takes some serious time. But there's that. Yeah, I'm probably going to try to cut this down to a 20-minute video and just go between everything. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut out all of my option choice or options and just go between moments that I look at my stats to indicate what I need. I'll have to do some pretty hardcore editing on this, I think, in order to make it a cohesive guide, but it should be fun at least. It's like it's an hour and 2 minutes of information. So thus far, I mean, I still haven't hit the point at which I feel comfortable saying, hey, this is where you just click down 3 times. Am I close? Yes, I am very close to getting to that point where you literally just click down 3 times and you're done. Like, literally, how close are we? We are... So, the stats you want to look for. You want to have the HP I have is good. The attack I have is good. The crit I have is 1 away from being what I want. Pickup is, again, 69-0. Nice. And then 200% haste. That's what I'm looking for in these runs to survive until the 2-hour mark. But now you might be thinking, you're going to the 2-hour mark and it's been an hour and you're only 37 minutes in. You're absolutely insane. I will say, you're right, but that's also because this recording it is actually slowing it down slightly. And also, my PC is not set to the optimal settings right now to do this, because usually these runs will only take me about 3 hours for a 2-hour run. So, I'm not losing out on too much here. And it's funny because the first 20, 30 minutes are the slowest part of it. The first hour goes by the slowest because you're picking and choosing your options. But again, when you get past the hour mark, you're just clicking down 3 times and getting a bunch of coins, and maybe scooching over every once in a while if you're stuck on top of an anvil, which I guess is another tip that we'll come to here in a second. But for now, just take a look here. So crit's maxed out, HP's maxed out to where we wanted at least. So go down 3 and click on the coins. But yeah, this is the strat. It is just this exact loadout that I've got on me, standing still, hoping that an anvil doesn't spawn on top of your face, and just picking the right options. So pickup range in this one. So you can see we're starting to grab from very, very far away to the point to where I think we might be good on pickup range. We might. I'm gonna go to the funny number anyway because, haha, funny number. It helps me to remember it too. Is 690. Just helps me to remember a good percent to stop on. But yeah, no matter what you might be thinking right now, no. If I just picked coins, I would die in 15, 20 minutes right now. Like, that's how important. Okay, in this case, I think I'm going to grab speed, actually. Because speed is also important for ending the run, but not too not too insanely important. But yeah, if I kept the stats that I have right now, I would die in about 20, 30 minutes or so. Like, the 1 hour mark kills you if you do not have the stats that I show to get you to the 2 hour mark. So, pickup range. I'm going to keep grabbing pickup range. Just because I like to keep it consistent. And hey, I said that I would show you how to get to, the point that I usually go to. So we're just going to keep doing that. So we're going to go pickup range. Oh yeah, I didn't post it on stream, but I actually did the Pocky one-chip challenge the other day, and it was absolutely awful. I never want to do that again in my life, even though I have a second one sitting on my counter. I have a second one. I will not be eating it, no. I have too much respect for my own well-being to do that again. No, like, when I tell you that was the worst decision I've made in a long time, I mean that. I just wanted to try it to see what it was like, because, here's the thing. I've got some Pocky haunted ghost pepper chips right next to me right now because I like to eat them as snacks. They're good. They're not too insanely spicy. They're pretty good. They don't really taste that great, though. They're just good and spicy. But that Pocky one-chip challenge was the worst thing I've ever done to myself, I think. Intentionally done to myself. I think that might have been the actual worst. Literally, the moment that I bit into it, well, not really the moment. It was like, it tasted... Here's the thing. The chip actually tastes pretty good before the gates of hell open up in your mouth, and then you're just kind of sitting there crying for a minute. And the point of the challenge is to see how long you can go without eating anything. Like, let's see here. Yeah, here's the rules of the challenge. I'll read it off to you from the packet, because the packet is a coffin. The packet it comes in is a coffin. It's appropriate. And it says, face the Reaper. Any last words? Rules for the challenge. Eat the entire chip. Wait as long as possible before drinking or... Dreeting? What the fuck is dreeting? Okay, so here's the little tip for moving when you get stuck on an anvil. You press X, then Z, then just move to the right. Yep, X, Z, move to the right as far as you need to where you're no longer on top of an anvil. Pickup range again. Alright, back to what I was saying. It says, any last words, rules for the challenge. Eat the entire chip. Wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything. Post your reaction on social media with hashtag #OneChipChallenge and mention @PockyChips. So, the Pocky one-chip challenge. And it has a warning on the back. It's like, do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicin, or are pregnant or have any medical conditions. Keep out of reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap and do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Seek medical assistance should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. Whoo boy, yeah, it was not a fun ride, this one. Yeah, and on the other side, it actually has another thing. It says, one chip challenge, and it has like 2 scorpions around a pepper with 2021 in the little curve of the 2 scorpion tails. And it says, you, a mere mortal who thinks they have what it takes. One otherworldly demon fueled by the hottest peppers known to man. And it says, you versus the Reaper. What to expect. Made with Carolina Reaper pepper and scorpion pepper. This straight from hell chip was created for the sheer pleasure of intense heat and pain. I don't think I need to comment on what I'm doing on screen anymore. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm getting to a certain stat point. I'm not going to die anytime soon, I don't think, so I can go ahead and do this. And it says, round 1, spicy punch, and it just has a flame, a skull with a broken jaw, and a punching symbol thingamabob. Round 2, scorpion sting, electric shock thingamabob. I don't know what that symbol is. Scorpion and scorpion tail, vision disruptor. Yeah, that makes sense. It has an eye, sweating, and 2 crossed out X's. So, like, X'd out eyes. Round 4, gut slash. Round 5, roasted. Gut slash just has little slashing marks, your intestinal tract on there, and then a fire. And then it has a flaming mouth, fire, and a dude who is crying tears. A skull that is crying molten tears is what it looks like. Alright, but yeah, we are at the point where, unless we see haste, we can just go 3 down and click the button. That's pretty much it. So I'll probably cut out most of this, but I'm just going to talk about this because this was... Do not recommend, do not do it! On the bottom of the coffin, if you're looking at it, the bottom of the coffin says, this chip will destroy you. The top of it says, you're next. And then the sides are like, it's like police tape, basically, is what the sides look like. And then inside it has this packet thing. I don't know if you can... It has this packet thing, and it says, Pocky, real peppers, real heat. How long can you last before getting owned? And then it says, how long can you last before you getting owned, eating or drinking anything? So, 5 minutes before eating or drinking anything, powerless. 10 minutes, powerful. 30 minutes, supercharged. 1 hour, invincible. And then on the right side it says, choose your challenger. The haunted ghost peppers, which I have next to me, and they're pretty good. Fiery chili limon, which it says... Okay, the haunted ghost peppers, it actually has freaking hot. Made with real ghost peppers. It hurts so good. The fiery chili limon, so chili lemon, I think. Super hot, made with real chili peppers. It'll fuel your fire. Then it has zesty salsa verde. Kinda hot, made with real jalapenos. It's got a kick. Then it's got jalapeno tropical. Or jalapeno tropical. Hot, made with real jalapenos. Sweet heat, not sugar-coated. And then it has mucho nacho cheese. Not hot, made with real cheddar cheese. It's cheesy as hell. Makes sense. But yeah, it's like, I've got the ghost pepper one next to me. And they're, like, here's the thing. I ate the ghost pepper ones and I was like, I wonder how bad that one chip challenge thing is, considering these chips are not bad and they're the hottest they've got other than the chip challenge. You know, it's like, I literally said, well, if this is all that the haunted ghost pepper ones have, how bad can the one chip challenge be? Spoiler alert, it was bad. It was really, really bad. Like, I knew I wasn't going to post a video on it because I just wanted to do it for myself, and I don't encourage anyone who doesn't feel like they can do it to do it. Like, if you know yourself, then I'm not going to assume that you're just being a baby. If you know you, who am I to say that I know you better than you do? You know? It's like, that's your life. You live it however you want to. I'm never going to do this again. I'm good. Because you know what? I lasted the 10 minutes for powerful, but then after that, I literally had a McDonald's milkshake lined up and just milk. Like, I went through almost like I went through almost a half a gallon of milk after the 10-minute timer was up, and I was in agony. Like, I was in sheer fucking agony for that 10-minute time frame. And here's the thing. I kind of wish I would have just waited the hour. Because, well, the milkshake and the milk didn't really help. Like, it really didn't help that much. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't help hardly at all. It's like, once I made it to the 10-minute mark, I was like, okay, sweet relief, let's do this. No. They really didn't help at all. Like, all things considered, I kind of wish I would have just waited the hour. Because milk and the milkshake from McDonald's, which I think is mostly water, honestly, it's probably more like a Frosty than an actual milkshake. But, you know, it still helped it because it was super cold, which I got like 4 brain freezes during the first 2 minutes after I had, you know, started eating and drinking the milkshake and the milk. But they didn't really help that much, because the moment that I didn't have milkshake in my mouth or milk in my mouth, it was just like, you see this dragon fire? That was me. Like, I hated breathing. Like, breathing was bad. I felt like, you know how you'll tear up if you are in excruciating pain? You'll tear up, not really crying in pain, but just tearing up. That's basically what was happening. Like, my face was moist because I was sweating. It was super uncomfortable. Like, it had that feeling of like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. Not like that uncomfortable gut feeling like you're gonna throw up, but like that heat differential where, you know, you feel normal, but your stomach feels hot, if that makes sense. Like, you feel hot and sweaty and just, it's just an uncomfortable feeling. And then even worse than that was that, here's the thing, when the heat went away, and it took almost an hour or so for it to go away, which is exactly why I was like, why didn't I just wait the full hour and keep the milkshake for after the fact? Because it really didn't do me all that much good, you know? But I was just like, well, why didn't I just wait the full hour after the fact? Because I was like, this isn't helping at all. But, yeah. That's basically how that went down. And when the heat finally did go away, because, you know, it took about an hour, I still felt really uncomfortable with myself. Like, my stomach was still burning, basically. Like, the mouth fire, that was put out. We were okay. My mouth was no longer dragon fire. And then I sat down and started playing Smash, and it was just like, okay, it was like the chip never happened after like an hour and a half. But then an hour and a half later, after the first hour and a half, so 3 hours after I ate the chip, 3 or 4 hours or something like that, it felt like it hit my intestines, and they just did not agree. They were in stark disagreement with what I had done. So I was just sitting down, literally grinding this game like I'm doing right now for the video. I was doing this for it. And what ended up happening was that, what was I doing? I think I was literally just sitting here playing Holocure, you know, grinding coins, like we're doing right now. And then all of a sudden I just felt this intense pain and heat from my gut. And then I had to burp a little bit. And I burped, and I was like, oh, that does not feel good. That does not taste good. That just, no. Just no. That did not, no. And then like 5 minutes later, I got that same sweaty, uncomfortable feeling. Like when I was first eating the chip. Like, it got all sweaty. I was like, oh no. But this time, it wasn't just a feeling of I'm about to puke or that weird heat differential. I legitimately felt like my stomach was on fire. Like, I went to the bathroom and I just kind of sat on my knees in the floor in front of the toilet and just... The pain had went away too. That's what's so interesting to me, is that the pain went away after I had eaten it, and it took it 3, maybe 4 hours to come back and put me in the worst spot I feel like I've ever been in my life. I've been super sick. I've had food poisoning before from ground beef and from fish. I haven't had it from chicken, and I've heard that's the worst. But you know, I've had food poisoning on those from those two kinds at least, and I never felt so helpless in front of that toilet. I was like, my stomach's just all of a sudden. I literally thought my stomach is just gonna all of a sudden decide it doesn't like me anymore, and that's just gonna be the end of me from this probably. Like, I legitimately felt like I had just gotten stabbed in the gut. Now, I've never been stabbed in the gut before, okay? I make that obvious right now. I've never been stabbed in the gut. I have been stabbed in the arm before, but I've never been stabbed in the gut. But it literally felt like someone had put a fire in my stomach. Which, I mean, that's what capsaicin does. It literally sets off, what are they called? TRPV1 receptors in your intestinal tract in your mouth that would literally tell your body if you were on fire. So I guess it kind of makes sense that all of a sudden my gut just decided, hey, we're on fire, we're going to make you throw this stuff up because we don't like it. And I just had no way to say no, basically. It's like, hey, they were like, we're on fire, time to vomit. But yeah, that was my experience with the one chip challenge. It did not go well. It did not go well. Do I think it was really that bad? Here's the thing. Dealing with the pain at first, like the pain just in my mouth, was not that bad because my mouth is used to dealing with spicy foods. It was still really, really bad, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But then the 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours later, when it hit my gut, that was so much worse. It's like the challenge is already ended, but the challenge is still gonna kick my stomach and tell me not to do it again. Like, that's the thing. Here's the thing. If it wouldn't have been for that second hit at the end, that 3.5, 4 hours later problem I had, I might have done the challenge again just to go for the full hour and say I did it. But because of that 3.5, 4 hour reintroduction of heat into my system, never again. Never again. I'm not doing that challenge ever again. You cannot pay me enough to do it again. You could not send me enough of them to my house to do it again. I will not be doing it again. Okay. Alright, we have hit the point at which I'm either going to be grabbing speed or just down click 3 times and get the... Oh, excuse me. Down click 3 times and to get... Oh... Man, just talking about it is giving my stomach nightmares. Just talking about it is giving my stomach nightmares. No, buddy, we're not doing it again. It's okay. We're not going to put you through that hell again. I promise. I promise I'll be a better dad. No, I'm done. We're not doing it. But yeah, that's basically how that went down. Bruh. But yeah, it was not fun. Not at all. It's like if I had some friends around and it was just kind of like a dare sort of thing, sure, maybe I would have had more fun with it. But me just being alone at home, you mean like, yeah, I just want to see how much of this I can deal with. I just want to see where my spice tolerance falls. And I don't think I did bad. Like, getting to a 10-minute solid time without eating or drinking anything after, eating the chip, I feel like that's pretty good. Because it's 10 minutes is powerful on this thing. So on this little fold out that comes with it, it's 10 minutes after you ate the chip without eating or drinking anything. 10 minutes powerful. I didn't get to the 30-minute mark because I was like, oh my god, I was like, please help me, anything. In that moment, I was literally like, please, for the love of God, anything help me. But, oh, I didn't even see this. But there's a little, so the coffin that the chip comes in is a little pull-apart thing. So, little 2 halves that go over the top of each other. And on the top half, it has the "this chip will destroy you" thing that I told you earlier. But then on the inside coffin, it actually has something on the bottom, which says your soul belongs to the Reaper. That's really... okay. I mean, I think I still have my soul. I don't know, unless I just was never born with one to begin with. I think I've still got it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the chip set it on fire, and that's why I had that 3.5, 4 hours later problem, because it was on fire and it just didn't tell me until it was ready to die. But, yeah, so that's my experience with the Pocky One Chip Challenge chip. That thing is terrifying, and I never want to do it again. Nope. Nope, no, you can't be... You can't make me eat that chip again. You cannot. I will not. I refuse. I refuse! Alright, but yeah, so this is the point at which I would normally say that you're invincible. So, if you get to this point where your stats look like this, you're invincible. You cannot die, or you will not die until the 2-hour mark, or until you want to die. Usually I wait till the 2-hour mark just because it's a good place to stop, because usually at the 2-hour mark you've got about 100,000, 120,000 coins, depending on how lucky you got. What I will say, it's going to depend on luck. But yeah, so this is where you want to get to. My last guide that I made, which I made it kind of heated because someone called me a liar and said, hey, this didn't work, even though they didn't follow any of my instructions at all. It's whatever. But yeah, my last video I made on how to die in an InaLock is still up. Hopefully this showed you pretty much how InaLocks work. If you get more or less lucky than I did, you should still have a similar outcome. You know? I feel like I pretty accurately described what I'm looking for here. You know? Oh, I guess I should explain. So why do I want this stat spread? Basically, with this stat spread, it kind of leans on the line of life and death. Like, it leans on the line of life and death. Also, that's a little bug that can happen sometimes. But, yeah. So, this build leans right on the line of life and death, so that the moment you start moving around too much with high enough speed, you will die. So you can always choose to end your run whenever you want to. For me, I'm going to wait until the 2-hour mark as usual, get my 100,000 coins, and, just complete the run. Because having 100,000 coins means that I can get 100 pulls on the gamer thing when it comes out. And who knows, I might just shoot for 2 million coins. Or something like that. I don't know. I might shoot for 2 million coins before Gamers comes out. I'm not going to make that. Like, Gamers comes out in 5-6 days, maybe a week. Technically, yeah, I can make it to 2 million in a week. I can do that if I make sure and do a 3-hour session every single night for the next week. Then I would get 700k coins in that time frame, but since it's, not guaranteed and all that, and I have work I have to do, like I have a job, it's not guaranteed, so I can't say for certain that I get to 2 million. And even then, I have other games that I need to play because I'm a professional Smash player, and I still need to practice, and I still need to make sure that I'm keeping up with the game that is earning me money, It's like, well, shit. This little passion project game is going to have to sit on the background, basically. But, yeah, this is basically how the strategy goes. I don't know how I'm going to edit this, I'm going to be honest. I have no clue how I'm going to edit this. Like, how am I going to edit this down to get all the essential information in here? It's like, this is Because this is an hour and a half recording because of how long each run takes in this game. How am I going to cut this down? Should I cut this down? Like, should I cut this down? Should I keep the first 20 minutes of the game going? And then after the first 20-minute mark, when I get stuck at the yellows, I just keep the parts where I almost die and how to avoid dying with all the little tips and tricks in there. Like, how am I going to edit this video? I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I really don't. But you know what? Maybe it's better if it's a longer video. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to make this a start to finish guide. So from start to finish, I am going to sit here at this desk screaming at this mic until I hit the 100,000 coins and end the run. And then I will edit out the time between now and then so that you guys don't have to watch it, but this will be a start to finish run. But from here on, I'm literally just going to be clicking coins or speed until I get to 500%. Once I get to 500%, I'm just going to be clicking coins. And standing here. Doing nothing. Yeah, that's how this works. You stand here and do nothing, and the longer you stand here doing nothing, the more coins you get. But I can explain all that here in a bit. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wait it out, finish this run. What time is it locally for me? What time is it? What time is it? Oh, dear God. Okay, it's 10 o'clock at night for me. I go to bed at 1 or 2 usually. So, maybe I'll finish this run before I go to sleep. Maybe, just maybe I'll finish this run before I go to sleep. So, I'm going to sit here and get to 100k coins. And I know I'm making this sound like a chore, but again, it kind of is. This is probably the best way to get coins, but I say that with the caveat of this is the best way to get coins, but it requires the most patience. And it's funny that me with ADHD was able to do this, to get all these coins and everything, and not lose my mind. Well, I guess it actually makes sense because I'm able to do other stuff besides, look at the screen. It's like, whenever I see a change in the screen color, I literally just click down 3 times and I can watch YouTube or do whatever the fuck I want to while I'm recording. Because I know I'm not going to die. And if I do, well, cool, there's the end of the run there, I guess, Also, what happened there? No, what happened there? You saw that too, right? Where my health went down a little bit and it didn't go back up. It's very rare for me to see that. And especially not this early in the run, I don't see that. But, yeah, anyway. I'll come back when this is done. So I'm going to set this to a lower resolution, and I'm just going to edit from here on out. So, see ya. Okay, I'm back. So, let's get this back to good setting. So, you might be looking at the time and looking at the amount of coins that I've got and being like, oh, that didn't take too long. My recording right now is about 5 hours and 15 minutes long, and I haven't been sitting here for that entire time, obviously. I took about, I'd say I took about a 2-hour break where I didn't click anything for a while. I don't know how long it really took me to get this, but on average, every second of in-game time was about 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds real life time. So, if you want to get this many coins, make sure you've got about maybe 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, to just sit here and do this, or alternatively, you can pause this, put your computer to sleep, and it will still be running when you open it back up again. Not shut down, not restart, sleep. Put it to sleep, and you should be good. But, yeah, so if you want to just earn coins over time, then this is a pretty good way to do it, because you can go away, do whatever the fuck you want to do else, and you're fine. Now, here's my stats before we finish out. I made a video the other day on how to end runs like this, so I'm going to go ahead and end this and go to bed. But yeah, so I'm just going to put that there and go this way. Can I die, please? Is lagging a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's not as bad as my live streams that I've done. You know, the 5-hour thing. It's not that bad. Considering all of the other stuff I've done on this channel, it's not that bad. Can I please take any reasonable amount of damage, thank you? At least give me hope that I can end this run soon. Because this is probably the easiest part of the run, but also one of the more annoying parts because you just kind of have to hope. There we go. But it's basically just run in a single direction and you're good. But yeah, there's 100,960 coins in a single run at an hour and 50. Alright. Now, going back, shop, there it is. I don't know if that really adds up, but just to make sure you didn't think I went and did anything else, because I'm going to cut this. It's not just going to be a straight video of... I'm not going to post a 5-hour, 20-minute video of this shit. I'm going to edit it. But, yeah. Upgrades, armory. I don't have all the collab weapons, but I have all the unlockable shits. I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. There's 4 here, right? There's 4 showing here. You got Fubuki, Mio, Okayu, and Korone, I think, maybe. Yeah, it is gamers, so Korone and Okayu. I've got enough coins to literally max... I've got enough coins literally to max 25 each of them, if I get lucky enough. But I'm still gonna be grinding coins because I want to have 1 million after I 25 all of them. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm tired. I don't know. Just like the video, comment, subscribe. I don't know. Maybe not subscribe because I'm not going to post too often. So don't subscribe if you don't want to, because this sort of thing is not often. But when I do, I try to have a good time with it. So thanks so much for watching. Bye. Have a good night, afternoon, evening, wherever the fuck you are in the world. Salute. Have a good one. Bye.